back to my channel. My name is Ray. I don't know why I'm laughing. Um, this month is February, which is the month of love. It's Valentine's Day month. It's See, if I made every holiday my favorite holiday, then you guys wouldn't believe that it's my favorite holiday. So I can't say Valentine's Day is my favorite holiday, but I love Valentine's Day almost as much as I love Christmas. Why? Because it's all about sharing love. And a lot of people, males especially, seem to see Valentine's Day as just another chore in their relationship. They kind of see it like a subscription to Hulu or Netflix, something that they have to pay every month or every year in order to keep their girlfriends or their wives happy. It's a subscription. But honestly, I see Valentine's Day as the same way I see Christmas. Because most people don't put that effort on a daily basis to show love or show care, these holidays are here to kind of give us that nudge to be like, hey, maybe you didn't acknowledge this person as much as you could have. Like, if the person that you are showing love to happens to pass, then you sit back and you're like, man, I wish I had shown them more of myself. I wish I had shown them more love usually. But here's our chance to show more love, and instead of we taking the day as an opportunity, a lot of people take the day as a chore, as, oh my gosh, here comes Valentine's Day, somewhere I have to spend money on, I have to do this, and I have to do that. I mean, usually your significant other or somebody, whoever you're with, whoever is your Valentine, like, they're not obligated to show you love, but they do it. So, like, give them their kudos back. Like, it's no big thing. Like, show love. It's not hard. It's real easy. Anyway, I'm done with my rant. So today our Reddit advice is going to be specified around love, relationships, that sort of thing. You know, why not? It's Valentine's vibe. So, our first Reddit user stated that they would like to be less lonely. So how do they become less lonely? I'm 26, living in Seattle, and these past couple of years I have been extremely lonely. I am an outgoing person and I would love to be in a relationship. I find it so hard to put yourself out there these days. Everyone sticks to their own group. How would you go about it? Anyone else feel this way, or is it just me? Lonely Seattle person, it's not just you. A lot of people, especially a lot of adults, have this problem where they're feeling lonely because unless you're in a relationship, it kind of seems like people don't hang out. People don't put the effort to build friendships and build relationships outside of a love relationship, outside of sex relationship. So, a true friend is hard to find, dear lonely Seattle Reddit user. And my advice to you is to do more things. To do more things that you enjoy. And focus less on the fact that you're lonely and focus more on building yourself into who you want to be. I am convinced that every single human being on the planet has an idea, has a picture in their mind of who they really want to be, of who they want to present themselves as in this lifetime. And our goal, our sole purpose is to work towards being that person. And for me anyway, being that person is impactful to others. Because the epitome of who I am is somebody who is giving to others. Somebody who people can gain some sort of blessing, some sort of optimism, some sort of positiveness from, right? So I'm here to give love. I'm here to give of myself. I'm here to give whatever that you can glean from me. I'm willingly giving it to you. Like, no gatekeeping here. Like we all grow together because we all come together and we all share what we have to give. So for me, because I have not had a friend in a while, in a lot of years. I lost my best friend a few years ago due to some very trivial nonsense that, on her part, she felt that it was best to, like, over something that I felt was trivial. But regardless of that, I have been friendless for quite a while. And the only people that I interacted with is my blood family and my significant other for the most part, and then maybe my coworkers. Which I feel like is most people's day-to-day interactions. But honestly, in my opinion, I think that a lot of us do need to get out more and interact with different people that we aren't getting any sexual pleasure from. We aren't getting any, like, we're not expecting anything from. It's just literal platonic relationships. I think that's important. And I think that the way that we do those is to make different moves throughout the day. So take a pottery class, pick up gaming. Like, it's so easy to make friends nowadays because of the internet. There's like online gaming, there's online chat groups, there's online everything. So go online and be selective, be smart about it. Like, don't be no duncy head out here just like, hey, you want to be my friend, because there are problems out here. But that's my advice to you. Like, my advice is just to put yourself out there more and do things that you enjoy more, and the people that are of like mind will gravitate towards you. And if you're open to making friends, the universe will see that you're open and will send friends your way. That's just how it works. I don't know the formula. I don't know the math. But I do know one thing, and that is that the universe works the way it's supposed to, and it doesn't matter who tries to disrupt it. It's going to do what it needs to do. Period and point blank. And that's what I put my trust in. Anyway, so that was a long response. That was a long explanation, but I hope that you took something from it. Okay, let's see. What's another good love one? Okay, so this Reddit user said, my ex's new girlfriend is stopping him from seeing me. Any advice? So for context, she's 17, dated her ex who was 17, and after the breakup, they decided to still be friends. So now their ex is dating a new person. Okay, so sorry, it was a long, so I had to get context, and then I'm just gonna summarize it for you guys. So basically, she dated a guy. They broke up, but they decided they were still going to be friends. She's friends with a girl. This girl then decides to date her man, her ex-man. But now this girl does not want her and her ex-man to talk or be friends, and she wants advice. Girl, my advice to you is to not be friends with your ex. I know that sounds weird and counterintuitive and maybe not mature enough, but you're 17 and honestly, you're not mentally mature enough to be friends with your ex. I'm going to leave that like that because I know that a lot of people are going to be like, yeah, right, I'm 17, I'm almost 18, I know how to think and da 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 da. Science will tell you otherwise. Google it. But in my opinion, There's going to always be a trust issue here between you and your best friend, between you and your ex. There's always going to be a trust issue. There's always going to be a little something that's like, I don't know about that. So, like, honestly, in order just to keep the peace, because as you get older, you're going to realize that peace is way more important than trivial, egotistical things that last for 5 or 10 minutes. Keeping your peace is more important. So to keep your peace, I would advise you to not be friends with your ex. Yes, you can be cordial. Yes, you guys can talk here and there. That's fine. But like being good friends, like hanging out and spending time together and all of that, I wouldn't advise that. That opens up doors for things that relationships aren't built for. So yeah, that would be my advice. My advice would be to just make a little bit of distance between you and your ex, and respect your friend. Respect your friend, because your friend is going to last 9 times out of 10. Your friendship will last longer than your relationship. Let's see, I'm looking for something else that's more Valentine's related. This is not Valentine's Day related, but this struck my because why? So Victoria's Secret fashion show, since they brought back the show, I was thinking of going this year or next year. However, I heard you cannot buy tickets and you have to be invited. Money is not an issue, so how do I get in? Is there a company? How do we get into the Victoria's Secret fashion show? Somebody wants to know. From my understanding, from my knowledge, and from people that I know, you cannot buy tickets to the Victoria's Secret show. Again, you do have to be invited. The second layer that I know, I want to ask you this, dear Reddit user. Do you want to be invited? Are you sure you want to be invited? Like, I know you stated that money is no obstacle, and usually the people that the Victoria's Secret people reach out to, money is an obstacle. Hence why they're invited to the Victoria's Secret show. But, again, if you have enough money, there are strings that you can pull. I'm not going to lie to you. Money makes the world go round. But again, do you want to be invited to the Victoria's Secret show? Do you know the ins and outs of the Victoria's Secret show? If you don't, that's probably why you haven't been invited. Regardless of how much money you have, certain how do I say this? Certain entities will run the way that they want to run and make sure that their circle stays their circle. You can be a billionaire, and if you don't subscribe to their way of life, you're not going to get an invite to their celebrations and rituals. Alright, there's your answer. Also, if you can't do anything for them, they're not interested. Oh, look, we've got another ex one. My ex still wants to be friends. I genuinely thought I found my person. We made future plans. Everything was good until 2 weeks ago. I unfortunately deal with a lot of mental issues, and I argue with him every single time over every little thing. On Friday, he told me that he has lost feelings for me. I had a mental breakdown, but I'm doing a lot more better. We talked about what will happen if we ever break up, and I never thought it would actually happen. He was the sweetest and most kindest person I have ever met in my whole life. I can't handle being just friends with someone I have deeply loved with my entire heart. I'm not sure if I'm ready for him to leave my life completely, but I know that I need to move on. So, old story, same story, typical story. Not to diminish your feelings, Reddit user, but this happens every second of every day. Somebody in a relationship is overthinking something and they ruin their relationship and they decide to break up, but they feel like that person was their whole life. I remember, I remember when I was in high school and I thought that my first crush was going to be the person that I married, was going to be the person that I spent the rest of my life with. I remember being in love with this guy so much. Like, I was so in love with him. Like, I would give him... I literally wrote a letter to him that I don't know if I gave it to him or not. I can't remember. But I wrote a letter and I was like, I will literally give you the skin off my back. But that's how my heart felt at that time. And I'm not going to say that you're wrong for feeling that way, but I will say that time heals everything. Trust me, girl. Time heals everything. And we think in that moment, because we let our emotions cloud our judgment, and we let our emotions kind of put a shield on what we're supposed to be seeing for real. We believe what we're saying at the time. But trust me, if it ended for a reason. If it was time to let go, it was time to let go. If anything is to be rekindled, it will be rekindled. You should not wait for him to text you. You should not wait for him to call you. You should not wait for things to be rekindled. You should not continue to be friends. Why everybody wants to stay friends with their ex is because you don't know how to cut people off and you don't cherish your peace. You cannot heal. You cannot heal if you're still interacting with a thing that hurt you. You can't. You have to cut it off. For 3 months, 2 months, however space of time, it must be cut off for a little bit. Because there's no way you can focus. There's no way your brain can get used to not having that interaction in your life without that. Like, you're not trying to be mean. You're not trying to be vindictive. You're protecting your peace, and that's okay. That is A-okay. I'm going to close this Valentine's Day off video with that, because I swear to gosh, I'm tired of everybody claiming or wanting to stay friends with their exes. Like, what is this deal with staying friends with your exes? Ex for a reason. You've been through it. Your brain has calculated every which way while you were with the person that you can make this work. And it didn't. It did not. Timing could have been an issue. That's the only thing. If you guys weren't mature enough at the time and you've grown, if you were together at, like, say 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. And then 2 years from now, 3 years from now, 4 years from now, you meet again and they seem like a completely different person. That's the only way I could see getting back with an ex. Other than that, if you see no growth, if they're still in the same place, if they're still at the same type of job, if they're still doing the same things, then 9 times out of 10, they still have the same mindset. They still behave the same way. They still think the same way. They may be able to cover it with a lot of different things that they have going on for them now, but at their core, they're still that same person that in the past you said that you couldn't because you needed to protect your peace. So stick with that. Please, guys, stick with that. Hold strong to your peace because it is priceless. It's priceless. And women, decenter men. Men are not the main goal in life. Trust me. Pleasing a man is not something that we aspire to. Okay? We're done with that. Those were put in place in order to control us, in order to make women feel like they were less than, in order to make women feel like they needed to be controlled. Because literally 99% of the world's motion, 99% of what drives men is women. Why? Because as science, let me not get into this spiel. I'm not even going to get into that. I used to be a feminist. And when I got with my boyfriend, he hated the fact that I was a feminist. And why? Because he felt like feminists hated men. And I don't hate men. I dislike the fact that they subscribe to the patriarchy without fact-based knowledge. If you read up on the female anatomy, if you knew the knowledge that a female brain is heavier than a male's brain and how it functions, you would value women, or you would know to value women more than you do. And I think that men in society today, they know how much value women bring, but because of that, they don't want women to supersede them. They want the control, and that's okay. That's okay. You guys can have the control, in my opinion. Have the control if that's what you want, as long as the world keeps turning as it should. But the world isn't turning as it should because of men, and I'm sorry, but that's the way that it is. But anyway, that's a whole other spiel. I'm not even going to go into that. Decenter men. They're not the goal. Your goal is not to get married. Your goal is not to have kids. Having a baby doesn't make you better than a girl who doesn't have a baby. Having a man doesn't make you better than a woman who doesn't have a man. It's not the goal, guys. Okay. Anyway, I'm getting off my high horse because this can lead to a whole lot of extra stuff that I can just go on and on and on about. And I don't want my videos to be that. I want my videos light and fun and happy, at least for now. And maybe in the future when we vibe a little more, then we can talk a little deeper. But until then, I'm going to stick with the Reddit advice. Okay, I'm sorry for tapping the rabbit hole a bit, but if you are with me till the end, I love you so much. Be my Valentines this Valentine's Day, because if you don't have a Valentine, I'm your Valentine, because I love you so much for watching. Future Ray, as you're watching this, because I swear to gosh, you guys, I really do make these videos because I want me in the future to see me in the past. Yeah, and also, hopefully some of them helps. Hopefully, my ideologies and my opinions can help somebody get a little bit wiser and live their life a little bit easier. Anyway, I'm at 23 minutes with this video, which means it's going to take freaking 2 days for me to upload. So I'm going to end this video now. I love you guys so much. Mwah! I hope you guys have a happy Valentine's Day. I really do. I hope you guys learn to love yourself. And if you don't have a Valentine, make yourself your Valentine. You can do that. Buy yourself some chocolates. Buy yourself some wine. Make it a spa day. Treat yourself the way you would have wanted to be treated on Valentine's Day by your significant other. And I love you, and I hope you have a great Valentine's Day. And I will see you in my next video. Mwah.